Let's get back to the White House here. We have been watching the nation's top CEOs leaving the White House. We've been trying to listen to them as well, not as successfully, though. That summit has wrapped up. Eamon Javers is the very latest. Eamon, what happened?
Yeah, you've been seeing all the big guys there leaving all at the same time. We're told by our very active producer on the scene, MC Wellens, who you just saw getting some of her steps in for the day there, chasing those CEOs, that Tim Cook has not left. So we're going to keep an eye on that to see if we can hear from him when he comes out of the meeting to see what he says about all of this. But clearly some of those CEOs not too anxious to talk to the press on their way out the door. What we are seeing now is some citations in the media, particularly Reuters, of some of the commitments now from some of these companies. Reuters is reporting that Microsoft is saying it's going to invest $20 billion over the course of 5 years, a fourfold increase, Reuters says, from its current rate to speed up cybersecurity rates. Meantime, we're also going to see Microsoft making available $150 million in technical services to help federal, state, and local governments to help keep their security systems up to date. So Microsoft out with some news per Reuters at this hour, talking about what it's going to do on cybersecurity. I think you can expect over the course of the remainder of this hour to see a bunch of these other companies also come out with statements of their own, what they're going to do, the so-called deliverables from this meeting. And we'll see if any of it makes any difference, Melissa. I mean, the hackers have been really successful over the past year. The cybersecurity problem in this country does not seem like it's going away anytime soon, White House meeting or no White House meeting. And the problem that you've got right now is that corporate America has pumped so much money and so many financial resources toward these hackers in the form of ransom payments that the hackers are now using that money to finance even more sophisticated technology for themselves than they had before. So you've now got hacking groups, I'm told, who have sort of nation-state level technology and capabilities, and sometimes veterans of nation-state level intelligence agencies working for them. So that creates a very tricky picture. These CEOs who are at the White House today are up against a very significant challenge here, Melissa.
I think every penny spent on cyber is a good thing, Eamon, in preventing another attack. At the same time, I mean, this pledge by Microsoft is, I don't know, maybe not surprising considering the number of hacks it's been involved in just the past few months.
Sure. And one of the questions when you talk about a White House meeting like this and the companies announce these deliverables, this is a sort of a standard ritual that we see between corporate America and the White House. The question that you always have is how much of this is new stuff that these companies are now doing as a result of this White House meeting, and how much is the company sort of packaging things that they were already working on as a deliverable from a meeting. And you know, that's sometimes an unknowable thing. But, you know, people who've been inside corporate lobbying offices in Washington will tell you it's not unheard of for a company to package things that it was already working on and say, hey, this is a new deliverable for the president today. So but watch for those over the coming, 45 minutes to an hour, because I think we're going to get some more announcements.
All right. Eamon, thank you. Eamon Javers about the cybersecurity summit held at the White House. Tim Seymour, we've been talking about cyber stocks for a while now, past couple of days, in fact, because of the runs they've been having. Do you think that this moves the needle in terms of corporate America pledging all sorts of dollars to beefing up efforts?
Well, I think it does. You're highlighting the fact some of these initiatives have already been announced or are part of broader dynamics. But, clearly, I'm guessing what went on today is a CYA versus, via your CTO. One of the problems with a lot of these companies is there are multiple C-suite functions that aren't really communicating as it relates to hacking, but through the CTO and in terms of cybersecurity. My guess is there's a lot of synthesis that needs to go on, and as much of this is organizational approach as it is actually bringing on technology. But having said that, one of the points that we've made around the strength of these stocks is pricing power. In addition to order book and recurring revenue streams and subscription services and the things that are multiple enhancers for so many other parts of the software space, the security space, but as we talk about other tech companies. So that's why this is such a sexy place to be investing. And that's why, again, I think corporate America has only really just begun. I think a lot of that, though, is about reassessing internal controls and getting these different groups and these silos to speak to each other, because the CTO has just been a place on the org chart. It hasn't necessarily been really a synthesized process.
Yeah. Dan Nathan has his mic powers back. Dan?
Hi. Well, here's the deal. Apple and Microsoft, two of the largest companies on the planet, right? Nearly $5 trillion in market cap. They have over $300 billion in cash on their collective balance sheets here. They can fix these problems if they want to fix them. They want to be serious about it. They run a lot of ads. They spend a lot of money via Madison Avenue and social channels talking about their commitment to these issues. But if they really want to fix them, they can fix them. They have plenty of cash to do so.